back to the Adventure Seeker YouTube channel. We are standing up here in the wonderful Bluff Knoll car park with my mate Chris. And we are doing the final preparations, including eating these juicy little muffins, before we attempt to do what is supposedly one of the hardest hikes in Australia in one day. So we're going to do the Stirling Ridge Walk. We're just dumping Chris's car off here. So we've got one car at one end of the track and one car at the other end of the track. So at the end, we can get back to our cars. It's a bit of a logistical thing, but we are here and ready to go. We don't really know how long it's gonna take. We're roughly thinking somewhere in the vicinity of like 10 hours. 10 hours will be good. Let's go, let's get after it. We're just standing here in the car park. I'm about to eat this delicious muffin. To my surprise, he's still running around like a headless chook.
Just getting away from that camera feed.
You might remember last time I was at Bluff Knoll, it snowed up there. Yeah, we spent probably like 4 hours just doing the track and then trying to find a campsite on the other side. It was crazy. Had wild weather, like you couldn't see 10 feet in front of you up there. I'll link to the video of that little adventure. Got a little brekkie here, look at that. Oh my lord, that is delicious. All right, let's get this party on the road. We have found the beginning. We've made it, mate. We are at the beginning. It's all about to go downhill from here, isn't it? We're leaving the safety of the car and we're heading into uncharted territory out that way. How long do you reckon it's going to take, Chris? 12 hours. I already feel broken just by saying that. Chris is going to be the pace setter because he's got the sport shoes on. I've got like proper boots.
Why don't you go looking at my shoes?
It all begins somewhere. But look at this glorious morning. Can't bloody complain about a thing. It's absolutely delicious. So what are we relying on for navigation here, mate?
Old Garmin there.
It's going to tell us which way to go. Oh, look at that sun, delicious. We've got roughly 25 k's ahead of us. Just a little warm-up section. First 3 or so kilometers just to get you feeling like a real machine. We are just about to turn the corner here to actually start the path towards the ridge. We've just done the big walk in from the Ellen Peak side. And how many k's have we just ticked over, mate?
5 k's down.
Chris was trying to convince us to do it the other way, but
it just made more sense.
Yeah, well, but it didn't, did it? So we've got the boring part of the walk out of the way, and then all the excitement is ahead of us. What happened, Chris, when you did it? You got to this part and you were just like a bit demoralised, right?
Yeah, we were pretty flogged.
Yeah. And that's after being up there for what, 2 days by that point?
Yeah, that was day 3 on the way out there.
I think we're probably like carrying max, I don't know, maybe 6 kilos on my back.
Yeah, I've got 4 kilos worth of trail mix.
Just pure scroggin, ready to go. This looks like the turn. It is not the turn. Okay. And I was wrong again. This is where it all begins. We kicked off at 5:30 and we're about an hour 40 in. We still haven't really gone up any significant incline yet. How are the legs feeling back there, mate?
Bloody good.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, really good.
We're moving nice, good pace. Nothing's really holding us up. So what's it saying our ETA is at the moment, mate?
10:45 a.m.
10:45 a.m.
Let's see how true that is.
I think the Garmin is telling us some serious lies. We'd probably be closer to 10:45 p.m. than 10:45 a.m.
Agreed.
In the comments below, tell us about your smartwatch experience and how long it said it was going to take for you to do a specific hike and how long it actually took you to do a hike. That's really interesting. There is no chance in hell we're getting anywhere near 10:45 a.m. for this. If for some reason we end up being Kenyan marathon runners and we do smash it out, we will tell you when we get to the finish line, that is for sure. Glorious! The bush is thick. Oh, bit of fresh air amongst the bushes.
My estimates are 15-30 hours we'll be back out that car, supping on a nice cold Guinness. Ooh, saved ourselves.
That's delicious. So how far are we in so far?
10 k's at the moment. My estimates, if we do another 7 hours, 2 k's, averaging 2 k's an hour, with stops and whatnot, we'll be about 3:30 p.m. Pad tires just on the 3rd boot rearrangement.
Oh.
What are you doing with those shoes, Pete?
Oh man, starting to get hot spots up this hill. It's the last thing you want. Oh Chris, you are a funny bastard. Can't believe that we walked all that trail all the way in. So they make you suffer for 5 k's before you actually get onto the trail. Just put a car park there. You. Nice. Don't fall backwards. Last bit was really pretty challenging. A lot of steep action. Well-deserved little rest break up here for the team. The ridge awaits. We can now actually start heading across. Now I did have a handful of trail mix as well. So that's sort of the main things we've got with us. Trail mix, nut bars, those sorts of things just to keep your energy up. Yeah, we've got a sandwich as well for like our lunch break. Looks pretty gnarly here, bro. How do we get down there? Is it? Yeah, maybe there's like a little crevice over this side. One of the fun things as well that we have to deal with up here is the navigation being tricky. Oh, or as Chris says, all roads lead to Rome. And this road sort of leads to the bush. So at this point, I've kind of decided that I'm not really sure if it's a ridge walk or a ridge climb. It is pretty gnarly, especially in the shadowy parts where there's a lot of moisture being held. Like, look at that, that is just wet. And we're coming down on that stuff. So if you're doing an overnighter with a big pack, player beware. There is some gnarly, slippy scree here to deal with. Definitely gonna keep you on your toes or off them, one or the other. Oh, just as I said it. Slide, slide, slippity slide. This is not a path. This is just fucking jungle. Definitely not for the faint-hearted, this one. If you don't like your sunglasses getting scratched up a little bit, I'd probably avoid. Maybe your ego bruised a lot. Oh shit. Definitely wear long pants. Chris, I don't want to look at your legs once this is all done. They'll be carved up so fierce. My God. Clear path ahead. Sort of. And we have reached the cave. Oh, so they come climbing here? Little climbing zone. Oh yeah, I can see a few anchors up there. Oh, it's not a bad spot to come climbing. It's a good little campsite, mate. Could definitely spend the night up here, as long as you didn't have a wild southerly breeze. Would be delightful. Keep on trucking. A little cheeky rest at the camp zone. Keep on keeping on. Whoa. Down or across through here, mate? I'm gonna say cross.
Stay as high as you can.
Yep. Stay high. I'm enjoying the shade at the moment though, that is for sure. I've decided to rebrand the Stirling Ridge Walk as the Stirling Ridge Climb. I'm probably gonna have to put a safety disclaimer on the front of this video just so no cuckoos come up here and have a crack if they're not fully in the zone. There is more scrambling than walking so far, like up and down. And the down stuff is particularly sketchy in the wet areas. Is it too early to be thinking about a Borden Tavern pub pint?
I don't think so, Pete. I think one of those carton drafts got your name on it.
Halfway. I feel like we're murdering it. I know that we have a really hard uphill section back to the bluff that's still to come, and that's probably the part I'm least looking forward to, but man, we're making sweet time. That is Baker's Knob back behind us, which was a pretty cool scramble along the south side of that. And now we are heading into the Arrows, as long as old Slippery McGee here doesn't do himself a mischief. We're actually in a great spot to get a heli lift out, so if he does decide to go down, we're in a nice little open area. The chopper will just be able to drop the basket and take him up to heaven. Yeah, look, I'm not going to complain if we get a chopper ride out of here, Slippy McGee, but please try not to roll an ankle. Nature calls. We are entering the Arrows. Oh, gnarly little bit of rock work here. Just get your feet stuck down a little crevice. That's cool. Big ravine. Just carving through one of the Arrows, because I'm doing it back to front, so that is the crack. Look at it. It's a nice juicy crack. Do you guys reckon you could get involved in that crack? Because we will. We just have, actually. Now we're moving on. We don't have an option. We can't hang around the crack forever. We got to keep going. There's still more to come. Yeah, apparently the water barrel is just chucked up in this corner here somewhere. We walked past a few other people a couple of hours ago now, and they were camping and they're relying on that barrel for water, so you'd want to be very, very sure that there's water in there. It's one of those things when you do this hike, you either bring enough water for the 2 or 3 days if you're going to camp it, or you rely on that thing, and they're putting a lot of faith in that barrel, so I wish them luck. We've made it to the top of the first Arrow. The terrain is gnarly. It is up, down, scramble, scree, like a little tiny bit of flat, and then you're either up or down again. It's definitely like working your legs, just working your body really hard. We're definitely starting to feel it. Like, the difficulty of navigating up here. If you don't know the path well, it can get confusing very quickly. Fuck, I hope you're right. Good footing. Don't use my boot. I'll fucking come a gutser. Oh yeah. A wee bit of exposure. Don't want to fall down there. Oh, another cave. Cool. This is definitely a little camp up here.
That's it.
Yeah, that cave. It's all about that footwork. Oh yeah, this looks like pretty gnarly here as well. Holy fuck. Where do we go here? Jesus.
Oh, this is the part. This is where Alan lost his shizzles. We can go around the edge, but
Well, it says to go around the edge more,
go
eh?
around the edge.
It says we should scooch around a bit more. Don't know.
Path there.
Yeah, right?
Just there a bit lower.
Yeah, I reckon attack that, get down a bit lower. Just to find the right path around here, it's a bit of a technical beast. even for someone who's been up here before. Oh, righty, so we've just come off the first arrow. We had a pit stop at the bottom, refueled, and then I think we've probably been moving pretty quick through most of the terrain, so I think we'll still get to the top of Bluff around 5. There's a few guys we just met at the bottom there. Asked them how they were going. They just dropped the F-bomb, and we definitely sympathised and empathised with them, all in the one movement. I think we've pretty much got through, to my knowledge, all the really sort of technical, challenging, like around the arrows. It seems to be like the hardest area to navigate, and you know, there's a lot of climbing and descending and exposed areas, but the nice thing is that that is in the past now, and we've had our first sight of Bluff Knoll fully fledged out there. We can see our strawberries for the finish line. The chocolates are waiting.
You remind me a little bit of, you ever seen Adam Raymond?
About 8 clicks left, a little bit less. Had a bit of an issue, knees locked up a little bit, not ideal. Don't really know what caused it, but pushing on anyway. Just got to keep moving. Can't stop now. Got to go all the way up there. So we go up over this hill, and then there's another little saddle, and then we go to the summit of Bluff. And I think we'll be lucky not to get blown off at this stage as well. We decided we're done and we're having a sleep. We are definitely feeling very fatigued now. The reality of doing this thing in a day has really started to kick in. Physically cooked, mentally cooked, heading towards emotionally cooked. Probably like the deepest part, the deepest descent and ascent of the whole trip. Like, it is brutal. Like, you know, if you're not good with navigation, like the track disappears on you all the time. Like, it's hard to find. Pretty relentless is how I would describe it. Like, there's really no chill at all. Uphill, downhill, bashing through bush, or like scrambling across scree, or like slippy rocks, or something's happening. There's always something happening on this track. It's 20 past 3, so we were sort of thinking maybe 3:30 we might be done, but no way. We've got at least another 2.5 to 3 hours minimum, I would say, if not more. And you know, according to everyone's recommendations, we've also done it the hard way, so that is going to be a big achievement by the time we get back to the car park. We'll post you up shortly when we keep moving. This is the first sign I've seen all day. We are on the right path. Absolute leg burners. I don't know how you guys feel watching this, but if it's making you reconsider, I don't blame you. Absolute beast. Little food break, little food nap. But we're launching uphill now. Again. Last big push. I think it was something like 560 meters of vertical up to the summit of Bluff before we start the descent. But the fatigue breaks have started becoming more frequent. We are just shattered at this point. Feels good to walk over the hill from your last little rest break and be like, oh, we can see the finito, baby! snow camping. Don't forget to click the little link up here if you want to watch that video. There's the bluff summit just there. We'll see you at the top. So I will not be getting too close to the edge. Right, we did it. In the meantime, feast your eyes on me. Let's do it. Sit for 5 seconds. Let's get down. We're rolling into the car park. We've only got a handful of steps more to go, and then we're going to stop the watch and we're going to tell you what time it took us to do this. Hit the stopwatch, brother. Oh, fuck.
12 hours, 14 minutes.
How long do you reckon it's going to take, Chris?
I reckon 12.
I am the definition of a fried chicken. What about you, Chris?
Oh, I'm like a fish, battered.
Battered and bruised.
I hope you've liked watching this video, Adventure Seekers. If you want to try this hike, make sure you are well prepared, in good physical condition, and you've studied the weather. This is one of the hardest hikes I have ever done in one day. So make sure you're in good nick and don't take it lightly. Anyway guys, please like, subscribe and leave a comment below, and we'll see you next time.